Hello, welcome to TSN Talks. Just like hiccups, burping or belching is also an involuntary activity. After a sumptuous meal, when you get one or two burps, it is a feel of content. But the same burping, if it stays with you for a longer period of time and without giving you any respite, it becomes an ordeal, is it not? Somebody very closely known to me on a personal note was recently undergoing this ordeal. This person was getting belching or burping at various points in a day without any valid reason, and it used to stay with that person for hours and at times even for days continuously. When all possible home remedies were tried out and were found to be in vain, the person had to seek medical advice. Clinical tests were undertaken, endoscopy was done, but nothing was forthcoming, and it was found out that digestive system was all intact. The doctors concluded the person possibly was having something called stress. A very strange situation, is it not? In today's world, it is practically impossible for us to stay away from stress. So what is stress and how do we manage that? Stress happens when the challenges of the situation are much more than our internal resources. You feel stress when your own resources, both internal or external, are not able to meet the situational demands. It can vary from one person to another based on situations. For example, a student who is preparing for the exam, the fast approaching deadline could trigger a stress in them. For a housewife who has got the LPG exhausted in the kitchen, who is waiting for the refill, she could feel a stress of different nature. A working professional who is working against time to submit the assignment to his client, he will face stress of a different nature. In all the cases, stress is evident in one person or the other, but in different forms. And how do we address that? Initially, your body gives out symptoms like headache or sleep disorders, or somebody could even show irritating behavior. Those are initial signs of stress. If left untreated for a longer period of time, this stress can develop serious repercussions. It can affect your nervous system, cardiovascular system, or even lower your immunity. So how do we address that? In this particular case which I referred, this person was not having any visible signs of stress because evidently the person was of a carefree nature, jovial nature. So the doctors are of the opinion that the stress was felt in the subconscious mind. The person was not experiencing it in an evident manner. The usually tested and tried methods for handling stress are increasing your physical activity, adopting yoga or meditation and all that. When you increase your physical activity, your body releases something called endorphins, which are hormones which have a pain soothing effect. It gives you a comfort feel away from stress. The same way when you practice meditation or yoga, it soothes your nervous system and gives you a calming effect. This particular case, the person which I was referring to was advised strong medicines by the doctors, which were not good in the long run. So how did the person go about addressing the issue? The person took a trial and error method approach. Possible causes like food, situational changes or behavioral changes with person, with others, everything was zeroed in. When it was evident that there was any possible triggers of stress in the form of belching, the person chose to get distracted. How did the person do it? You may have hobbies, pursue them. This person resorted to pursuing their hobbies of playing music, watching reality shows on TV, and got constructively engaged and got distracted. So what it all boils down to is stress is something which is there in various forms in every one of us. Just like the case I referred to, even if you don't have evident symptoms, you may have it in your subconscious mind. Finally, it all boils down to how we are able to identify the sources of stress which triggers stress in our body, and how we are able to overcome them or tackle them in our own ways. Just as in the case I said, it is possible for us to identify the source of stress and develop our own methods and systems to tackle stress. Because if left unattended for a longer period of time, it is possible that you may have serious repercussions. So try and have Increase your self-awareness, try and find out your own methods of handling stress, but stay safe, stay healthy. All the best.